So one of the most important things you need to figure out, and arguably the most important number you're going to have anytime you're evaluating a real estate deal, is the ARV. Now the ARV is the after repair value, and it's what the property is worth after it's fixed up and all the repairs are done. The reason this is such an important number to know at the beginning is because it's going to set the tone for the rest of your budget on the project. Once you figure out what the ARV is and accurately determine that number, then you can factor in what your commissions are going to be, how much you're going to put into the property, all your holding costs, and how much you want to make on the deal. If you don't do the ARV accurately, you run the risk of losing money and just getting into a hole in the project before it even starts. So now that you know what the ARV is, let's go into how you actually find out what that after repair value is going to be. The first thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to do a neighborhood search of the property. This isn't always easy to find. If you have your realtor license, you can run the comps directly through the MLS. We'll start with that neighborhood search, and this will give you every single house that has sold in that neighborhood. Especially in my market of St. Louis, property values can differ from neighborhood to neighborhood. So I'll first start off isolating that individual neighborhood. I'm gonna look at the same bedroom, bathrooms. I'm gonna look at the square footage within 20%. And I'm gonna make sure the houses look very similar. If you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, you wanna compare it with other 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses in the area. If you have a 1-car garage, don't compare the 2-car garages to yours because those values are going to be higher. You want to make sure you keep your property square footage within 20% of yours. And so once you get an accurate depiction of what all the properties that are similar to yours are going for, now you want to look for the outliers. If you got 3 or 4 properties that sold quick, that are similar to yours, that have sold for $350,000, that's more than likely going to be the value, as opposed to one that maybe sold for $365,000 3 months prior. That could be an outlier, and maybe you could get that when you go to sell it, but from a numbers perspective, and just to keep your budget safe, I would factor in kind of the median price point of what 3 or 4 of the comps in the area are selling for. And a common mistake I see a lot of investors make, especially newer investors, is they inflate that after repair value, especially if the investor can't get the deal for the price they want. Instead of trying to renegotiate with the seller, they just inflate the ARV to make the numbers work. And this is the worst thing you can do. You're just setting yourself up for failure, because if you're adjusting the ARV, then more than likely you're going to be adjusting your repair costs. You're going to have those come in lower than what they should be. And now instead of a property being worth $350,000, you think it's worth $400,000. So instead of trying to inflate the numbers, I know it's hard, especially if you really want the deal, but you have to put your emotions on the side and you have to be honest and upfront with the numbers. You need to accurately determine what the true ARV is, not what you want it to be. And you need to have an accurate budget for what it's truly going to cost to put that deal together. This is going to be the safest way to ensure that you make money on the deal and aren't losing your butt at the end. Another problem you want to avoid is using third-party websites like Zillow or Realtor.com. These aren't always the most accurate comps. I see these all the time. People pull these numbers. For whatever reason, it's not accurate. You want to pull directly from your local MLS. If you don't have your realtor license, find a realtor that can run these numbers for you. It's going to be the most accurate information. It's going to be the most up-to-date comps, and it's going to give you the most accurate depiction of what that property is truly worth. So in the end, I think I've proven how important it is to truly figure out what the accurate ARV is. It's going to truly set your project up for success if you have an honest depiction of what that property is worth. Even if it's a little bit lower than what you think you might get, as long as you have a budget set for that lower amount, anything you get above that is going to be pure profit. It's a smart way to do it. The last thing you want to do is get burned on a deal because you overinflated the numbers. Be honest about it. You never want to get burned on the deal. Lying about the numbers is never going to benefit anyone, especially not yourself. If you listed at that overinflated price it's gonna sit, and you'll probably end up getting less than what the comps show anyway. So be honest about it. Don't lie about the numbers. When you go to list the property, maybe there's a change in the market where the property values have gone up, but don't speculate on that. Be honest about it, be upfront, list the property for what it should sell for, and it'll be the quickest way to ensure that you sell that property the fastest at top dollar.